Welcome back to another episode. Just thought I'd give you a quick update because we didn't have an episode last week. Basically, when I created this channel, I said to myself, don't let this take over your life, and I'm not going to. I've got other things, I've got a young family to take care of, so you'll get content from me when you get it, I'm afraid. But I do have one or two things to show you today, so let's get on with it. Okay, next up, I've ordered these. These are known as diag ROMs, so diagnostic ROMs. They fit into the kickstart sockets on the motherboard. You have to get specific ones for your machines, so these ones will fit A1200s, but you can get ones for OCS and ECS machines as well. And basically, if your Amiga's having trouble booting up, you can bung these in place of the existing kickstart ROMs, and you should get something on screen to basically tell you what is and isn't working on your machine. I've got 3 A1200s, desktop A1200s, that I need to run these on, that I may need to run these on. Hold that thought. I know that 2 of them are a bit iffy on boot up, so I think these will really help. One of them I actually use as a desktop machine and doesn't seem to have any issues, so I'll probably leave them out for now. But they should be able to tell me what needs repairing if I need to send them off. There are also software options available. There's something known as Amiga Test Kit. That is a great piece of software. I'll put a link to that down here as well, so you can check it out. But it runs through memory tests, port tests, it runs sound tests, graphics tests, loads of tests. And you can, from that, be able to assess exactly, what could be wrong with your machine, and why things may or may not be working, why stability may be an issue, that sort of thing. So I'll try and put a screenshot over here just so you can kind of see what it does. For the next part of my update, I'll show you another little piece of hardware that I've just purchased. This will come in incredibly useful because with my Voodoo 3 equipped power tower, I've got 2 video outputs, and basically if I ever want to use anything out of the RGB video port, I have to plug a cable in, which isn't ideal because sometimes you'll be switching from an RTG screen to just an AGA screen, and you don't want to be swapping cables when the machine's on. So I've bought myself one of these. Aha! I'll go in a bit closer just so you can see. So there it is. Basically we've got VGA in 1 and 2. So again, I'm using the Amiga kit VGA adapter from the RGB port, and then the Voodoo in the back as well. And then it's just a simple case of switching from one to the other. 1 is Amiga output and 2 is Voodoo 3. So what does that look like in practice? Let's have a look. Okay, I'm handheld here, so excuse any wobbles, but I'm only doing this quickly. So currently we're using the Voodoo 3 output to show Workbench. Now I think we'll have a look at some worms. So ordinarily, we'll double click on worms, and we get black screen basically because there's no throughput from the Amiga chipset through the Voodoo 3. So how do we get an image? Well, we press the button on the handy little VGA switcher, and lo and behold, we have worms. Or more specifically, we have an AGA screen up. So it's a little thing, but it saves some frustration. It basically means that I don't have to spend half my time waiting for the Amiga to boot up every single time I want to switch output. Now it's just a simple button press, and here I am using a classic Amiga screen. Okay, now a bit of digital archaeology for you. This is Worms Director's Cut. And that was the click of the VGA switch. Worms Director's Cut is the A1200 and A4000 and CD32 version of the classic Worms. It's basically the best version of Worms available. That's it, basically. I never really thought much of the PC version and the PlayStation version back in the day. So this is how worms should be played, I think. Anyway, the reason why I'm showing you this is, as stated, digital archaeology. My brother and I built a custom landscape in Deluxe Paint 20 odd years ago called Space Hull, or Space Hulk, it truncates it to that. This is the level. It's a close quarters battle with like aliens and loaders and things all around the landscape. As you can see, it's not graphically brilliant, but it plays very well. All these tight corridors, they make for some good close combat action, and then you get the odd big room where things kind of open up a bit. But I think it was a case of when we actually made the level, we decided, well, it plays, that's it, we don't really need to do much else with it. You know, it does take time to do these things, and I think we just had other things on our minds. So we left it as it was, and just played it for hours and hours. However, revisiting it in 2019, it definitely needs improving. And so, I'm going to show you what I've done. I have to go back into the game. Babylon, that's my custom team. The original version was 8 colours, and it could be played in the original worms. This version that I've created uses 16 colours. Wow. And also features a background. Yes, that's right. This spaceship has crash landed on a fiery, blasted planet and been invaded by horrible alien creatures. And you'd think the worms would fight them, but no. They only want each other's blood. This is a Deluxe Paint file, just created in. There we go. Just created in Deluxe Paint. You have to set the first few colours up to a certain palette, just so that the worms are properly coloured and the text is coloured correctly. But then the rest of it you can pretty much do with it as you want. It is composed of 2 layers, 2 images. One of them is the foreground, and they both share the same palette. One of them's the background, and it's just a case of then putting it into the worms preferences application that comes with Worms DC, and you can kind of set the custom background. You can see I've blown a hole in the ship there, so you can set the mountains up how you want, and you can set the water up how you want. You can also set the gravity and how slippery things are. You know, it's eminently customizable. You can make the level your own. Oh, I wanted that mine. But yeah, this is it. There are various control rooms, as you can see. There's a little loader there with kind of pallets and barrels and boxes. There's kind of bulkhead doors and fans for air recycling. Down here we've got like an Aliens-esque drop ship that kind of resupplies. Here's the main bridge. Franklin's up there, not really doing much. Not much he can do, actually. He's going to have to get past this bit here. But yeah, this took a bit of time. It was quite a few hours work. I created the foreground just by kind of drawing over the original one because it worked so well. I didn't really see the need to revisit the layout too radically. It didn't need changing. So it was a case of kind of drawing over that, making it look a bit better, and then working out how I wanted the background to look. It's very easy to do. If you've ever played Worms or you still play Worms, give it a go because it's good fun. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah, this is my custom level. It's taken me I don't know how many years, but I've finally got it how I want it. So that's it for the quick update. Thanks for watching. Got a little bit of Worms, a little bit of digital archaeology, some hardware updates. Very useful little box. makes my life so much easier. I've really enjoyed making that custom level in Worms. Again, like I said in the last episode, it's kind of using the Amiga, something creative rather than tinkering and trying to get things working. Ultimately, I want everything working, and I want to be able to use the machine and enjoy it, not be frustrated by the fact that things aren't working properly. Thanks for watching as always. If you've got any comments or any ideas for the channel, just pop them below. And till next time, thanks for watching.